Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Probably wearing the same shirts as the last video. It's because you guessed it, we do more than one video at a time. I think it's probably a good time to do a bit of a recap for the new guys, certainly not for the experienced guys, on ball python keeping, husbandry, pairing up snakes, and now's as good a time as any because we are right in the middle of breeding season. So I'm going now into our 8th week of pairing up ball pythons for breeding. We are in winter, we are in the middle of June, 14th of June today. I started my pairings in the very first week of May, and I know I've made a couple of videos on this, but I know that some people don't go all the way back and watch all those videos, so I'm just going to do a quick little recap on ball python breeding. The way I keep my snakes and my adult proven breeders and the snakes that are going to breed, I keep them in separate racks, completely separate racking system. Over here, 1, 2, 3, 4 racking systems that I've got. All of those racks are adult females, and then separately over there I've got all my breeding males, and then I've got some inside there mixed with females, and I've got some inside there mixed with females, but they are split into the top half and the bottom half, and I've got the males set at a slightly cooler temperature. That's just a bit of a space issue. The reason why I've got these females over here is because these racks are bigger. These are 26 litre tubs here. These are 46 litre tubs here. There is no difference in the area or the size of the floor space, okay? I'm just going to pull out an empty holding tub here for you so that you can see. All right, this is a 46 litre tub. Now, the floor space here is exactly the same as one of these black 26 litre tubs. The only difference is the height. Nothing else, okay? So I'm kind of in the process of doing away with the 46 litre tub racking system and only putting my snakes in the 26 litre. However, still, I do feel that from a snake that is above 3,000 grams, that the 26 litre is pushing the boundaries. Okay, I do believe they need a bigger tub. Okay, so for next year, I can't do it now. Financially this year, I'm tapped out. I'm sure most of you all are tapped out. If you felt the pinch of the last 2 years, a lot of you guys are tapped out. I would love to have a snake room equipped with racks that are the equivalent of what in America you guys call it the Freedom Breeder racks. The tubs are probably a little bit lower. They're not as high as these tubs. However, they are wider and they are longer, deeper, which gives it a much bigger area, floor space area, which are fantastic. You see, we don't need the height when it comes to ball pythons. They're snakes that like to, you know, they lie flat and on the ground in their tubs, and they're not arboreal. They don't move, they don't climb around. Oh, if you had in an enclosure, sure they will, okay. But right now, with these 46 litre tubs being as high as they are, there's 12 tubs here in this rack and it takes up this much space. There's 20 tubs here. I've got almost double the amount of tubs here and almost the same height. So to be honest, 12 tubs, it's an absolute waste of space. Instead of having 24 tubs here, I could have 40. Okay, almost double in the same amount of space. So next year I'm going with the South African equivalent of what ReptiRack is, which is called Freedom Breeder. The South African version of Freedom Breeder, which is here in South Africa, a manufacturer, rack manufacturer called ReptiRack. I don't edit, so this is going to be on YouTube. I hate editing, fucking waste of time, I have to be honest with you. Pardon my French. Okay, so that's my breeding, these are my breeding racks. All of these females are currently locking up with males at the moment. All of those males are in those tubs except for one. There's one male in there that's a backup male. Ooh, backup male. Yes, he's only a backup male because he is a 100% double het exantic pod, okay? And he is the year before, the father that paired to the two snakes that I've got in here, which are also double 100% het exantic pards, okay, and they produced visual exantic pards for me. And 2 years later, I have got a visual exantic pard male, which is, this is his first year for breeding, and he is busy pairing up. I'm still trying to get him to lock with those two females that are 100% hets. Now he's the visual. His dad produced him. His dad's 100% double het. His dad's a backup male, and the reason why I've kept him as a backup male is in case the visual son doesn't, you know, hook up with mommy and auntie there. It's called line breeding. Yes, you can line breed in reptiles. You can pair up siblings and parent, a father to a daughter, a mother to a son, a brother to a sister. If you want to, I'm just doing it in layman's terms. You do not want to do it too often, so I would suggest, you know, you do it once and you have other sets of snakes if you're producing from different clutches, and you keep them identified, and further on down the line as your collection grows, you've got the same genetics, the same morphs, the same genes, but from different parents, different siblings. I would suggest pairing them together instead of carrying on with the line breeding. Now, I read that somewhere, and I read it in a snake write-up where there was a lot of information, lots of debate on line breeding and whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's not the same as breeding humans reproducing with a human. Okay, you don't get defects like that, but you don't do it for years and years and years and years on end. That is as much as I know about it right now. That's as much as I can comment on it right now, but to do it once or twice, I think it's from what I understand, it's actually perfectly okay. So yes, I'm breeding a visual exantic VPR pard back to its mother and its aunt, which are both double hets. Okay, so just a little recap. Right now, while I'm pairing up my snakes, we are keeping our hotspots around the 31.5 to 32 degrees Celsius mark inside the tubs. We are keeping the ambient temperature in the room around the 26 degree mark, anywhere between 25 and 27 during the day. And then at night, at about 6:30 at night, I come in, and with all the snakes that are breeding, I drop the temperature 4 degrees Celsius on the hotspot, okay, and I drop the ambient temperature in the room down to 24 degrees Celsius, okay, and I do that for 12 hours for the month of June. And then for the month of July, it's even colder, and what I will do is I gradually have been decreasing the temperature. I started in May, okay, and I will drop I'll keep the hotspots the same at night here, but the ambient temperature in this room I'll drop by maybe 1 or 2 more degrees. So from 24 degrees ambient temperature in the snake room, I'll drop it down to 22, 23 for 12 hours. And then during the day, bring it back up to about 26 and bring the hotspots back up to about 31, 31.5 degrees. And maximum 32, 32.5 at a push. And that is because I don't want to cook the eggs, I don't want to cook the sperm, I don't want the sperm to die inside the male. Heat kills sperm, heat kills follicles. Cold conditions, the coolness, that's why you see females cool seeking. That's why you'll see them on the cooler end of the tub. That's why you'll see them bowl wrapping for all the new breeders out there. If you're seeing strange behavior from your snakes, if you open up your tub and you see your female curled around her water bowl, she's cool seeking, and what that does is it stimulates follicle growth. You will notice that coming up to breeding season, okay? That is a sign that, like this, for example, this female here, she's right on the cool end of the tub. She's right on the cool side. This is my fire bumblebee. She's a beautiful snake. Very shy, but she is cool seeking right now. She hasn't bred for me yet. This will be her first year. I did try and breed her last year. She didn't go, unfortunately. Hopefully she'll be ready this year, and she's been paired to a male desert ghost. Of course it's a male, to create 100% head desert ghost. So right now she's cool seeking. A lot of snakes as well, when after they've been locking up, they will cool seek and then they'll go and try and they'll nest. They'll start, and also belly rolling. Building, the follicles are growing and getting uncomfortable for them inside their bellies. So they lie on their sides. Like I opened up this tub earlier, and this big girl here, she's straightened out now. This is a blade het dreamsicle. She was lying with her tummy facing up. This girl was doing the same thing. Anyway, so that's what's happening here. We are pairing up 40 females this year. I'm hoping that we have 20 to 30 ovulations. Not every single female is going to ovulate. If you do, it's fantastic. But I do see, I foresee some females not going this year, and those would be probably the first time breeders. The snakes that are adult proven breeders that didn't go for me last year, I think they're going to go this year. And how I know that, or how I feel that, I've come to that conclusion, is because their behavior from last year to this year is completely different. And we are seeing incredible feeding responses, incredible builds, snakes exploding in size, a ravenous feeding response, locking up within an hour of introducing a male, sometimes within 15 minutes. This female here, she's incredible. This girl, she bred last year and had nine healthy, viable eggs. This is a pastel, 100% heterozygous VPR. She's massive. You can see here. This girl is building like anything. I'm trying to give her as much support as I can here, okay? She is a breeding phenomenon, okay? Now she's pairing up to a exantic yellow belly. Hold on. A super pastel yellow belly exantic VPR. So that's going to give some beautiful babies, okay? She is still on food. She is still eating. It doesn't matter what I chuck in there. And she weighs between 3,200 and 3,500 grams. Very strange behaviors in different snakes at the moment. I've noticed there are some snakes that are just not eating food. However, the bulk of my snakes are on food. The bulk of the females are smashing. I'm pairing up the females on average once a month. That's pretty much how often they get to see a male. The males, because of the ratio of females that I'm pairing them to, they're going to approximately 4 females, 5 females. There are males that are in my collection, powerhouse males that are going with like 6, 7 females. But what I'm doing is I'm still only introducing them on a weekend from Friday to Monday, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. But what I do with those males is I still like to give them from Monday to Friday off. So instead of leaving them in the tub with a female, and this is me guys, this is not me telling you what to do, this is telling you what I do, because I still want to give them time to recover. What I do is I put him in the tub with, like for example, my desert ghost. I'm pairing him up with a ton of females this year to create visual desert ghosts and 100% het desert ghosts with multi with snakes that have got a multitude of genes, incomplete dominant and dominant genes in them already. So if I hit the odds, I'll get like 4 gene incomplete dominant 100% head for desert ghosts, which is still very, very valuable. However, those snakes will be kept back, the females, and bred to the desert ghosts the following year to produce visual desert ghosts. Because he's got so many females to pair up with, I put him into the tub, and if I see a visual lock, great. I've got my notes out, my pad, my phone, and I see a visual lock. The moment he unlocks from that snake, and I never force snakes to unlock, but the moment he unlocks from that female, I'll take him out the tub and I'll put him in with another female the same weekend. So even if he's in with her for a couple of hours or one night, and he unlocks with her, I don't leave him in the tub for the 3 days, the 2 to 3 days. I'll take him out and I'll put him straight in the tub with another female. So that male could pair with 2 or up to 3 females just on that weekend. All I need to see is one good visual lock. Okay, and that's exactly what happened this weekend. This weekend I paired him up to that pastel female over there. That was the last pairing. At first, I paired, if I go back and I check my notes, who did he pair that? This thing actually here, this fire bumblebee, he locked up with this female on Friday night. And then when I saw them on Saturday morning, they were locked up. Saturday afternoon, I saw that unlocked. I took them straight out the tub and I put him in with this female here, beg your pardon, this pastel female here. They locked up on Saturday night. When I came in on Sunday morning, they were locked up. Came in on Sunday afternoon, they had unlocked. I took them straight out of that tub. I put them in the tub next door to another pastel, huge snakes, 3,500 grams, at least 3 to 3,500 grams. Put him in there. He locked up with her on Sunday night. Monday morning, they were locked still. I went to work on Monday morning. I came back. They were still locked up. And then I came in the room on Monday after dinner and I saw that unlocked. I took him straight out to the tub and I put him in back to his tub. So instead of leaving him in one tub where he locked up 3 times with the same female over the same period of time, I locked him up to 3 different females in that 3 days. Okay, because he's got 7 females to go to, but he's still getting 5 days off. And today's Tuesday. So he's been in his tub. Tonight's the second night. Tomorrow night, Wednesday, like I do to all my males, when I put them back in their tubs on Sunday night or Monday, I give them 2 or 3 days in the tub to chill and do whatever. Halfway, right smack bang in the middle of the week, Wednesday, I'll offer them a meal. Almost every single snake eats a meal. I will be doing that with the females as well. Okay, halfway through the week until as I've taken the male out, I give them about 3 days to just do whatever they snakes do when they're not pairing, lie then whatever, and then I will offer them a rodent, and if they take it great. If they don't, they don't. And then if they do take it, it's in the middle of the week, and then next, well, for that female, she won't see. I offer once a week, every single Wednesday, depending on the adults at the moment, the ones that are pairing up, because I pair up on the weekends. Every Wednesday, 7 days, I offer a meal. If they don't take it, they don't take it. If they take it, they take it. If they don't take it, I've got it written down the following week, even if she's not going with the male, because she might be in a 4-week breeding rotation, I will then, the next meal that I offer her a week later will be a slightly smaller rodent, because she may have refused that food because she's building follicles and there's just no space. So I will continue to offer food until it doesn't matter what I put in there, they just turn their noses up at it. And the same goes for the males. You want to keep your males on food as long as possible because they do a lot of work, and a snake will literally breed itself to death. Okay, so you got to watch your males, you got to watch the condition of your males, you got to make sure that they are keeping weight and eating. Don't overbreed them. I'm actually toying with the idea of rotational breeding. I know I'm a new breeder, I've only doing it my 2nd year. rotational breeding basically means a female is on 1 year and then off the following year, on 1 year and off the following year. So I'll never breed the same female 2 years in a row. There are, most guys breed their females every single year. But it does take time for a snake's body to recover, and certainly in the wild they do not breed every single year. Okay, we do that in a controlled environment here, and as they lay their eggs, we pull them away from their eggs and put the eggs into an incubator and get that snake back on food, where in the wild she would incubate those eggs for 60 days and not even go looking for a meal. She'll just stay wrapped around those you know, she won't eat. We're already getting her back on food 2 months earlier, getting her back up to size, getting the nutrients into her so that we can bang her out and get some eggs and pair her up and get eggs in her and bang out some more eggs the following year. And I'm kind of now starting to think it's probably safer for the snake to give them a year off, but that just means you need twice the amount of females. That's twice the amount of snakes to look after, twice the amount of money to feed, you know, and then you got that twice the amount of snakes, but you're still only producing the same amount of hatchlings, you know. So, you know, but yes, safety, guys, of your snake, the health and safety of your snake is paramount. You know, as much as we do this for, you know, the love and the passion of the hobby, and also to make money, because this is an expensive project, an expensive hobby, and it's a once a year thing unless you're an all year round breeding. That depends on your setup, and also depends on the time that you have, but it's literally pairing up once a year, having eggs once a year, and then selling those hatchlings over a period of a couple of months, and then the whole cycle takes place. And in that time, while you're not selling hatchlings and you've sold all your hatchlings and you're going back into breeding season, you're not making any money. You're buying rat food, you're buying substrate, you're paying vet bills, you're keeping your collection hygienic and whatever. So, you know, that all costs money, and this is not like every single month a steady income, unless you're one of those snake breeders that have got hundreds or thousands of hatchlings and you're just selling every single month. But that doesn't, not for me. So to do a rotational breeding program for me I have to look at the cost aspect of it, but for sure a year on and a year off for a female, geez, that female will just be, when she does breed, every single clutch, you know, will be more than likely 100% healthy, proper eggs. There's, you know, she's fully recovered, she's at 24 months to recover. I mean, shit, your success, your hatch rate will just be way higher than what is if you're pumping that same female every year. Doesn't mean that breeding the same female every year doesn't work. Most of us do it. Okay, as I said, I'm just toying with the idea. Guys, I think that's it. One other snake, I think she shed out, and I wanted to put her out last time and I didn't get a chance to. She's just shed out here. This is my pinstripe harpo. My pinstripe harpo female. I wanted to give her a shout out on my last video, but she was in the blue. Visual pinstripe harpo. This girl, next year, she's a snake for next year's project, is going to be paired up to this boy here, who is, you've all seen if you've been watching my channel, is a, if he decides he's going to show us his head, Mr. Shah, sorry. This is my pastel spot nose pinstripe 100%, a desert ghost 100% het harpo, and she is a visual pinstripe harpo. So I'm going to produce him being a het harpo, visual desert ghost, and her being a visual pinstripe harpo. I'm going to be producing a harpo pinstripe, hopefully pinstripe harpo, 100% het desert ghosts, visual harpos, and maybe we'll get some spot nose and pastel, because he has got pastel and spot nose in him as well. Okay, this is my powerhouse boy here. This is my 5 gene snake here. visual 5 genes 100% hit, visual 4 genes 100% hit, for the 5th gene being a hypo. Okay, so let me put him back there. Got a lot of projects on the go. This, yes, my bandana. And on that note, guys, I think I'm going to say cheers. It's over and out from me, Cole at North Coast Constrictors. This girl here, she's actually got a name. She was one of my very first snakes that I ever bought. What's her name? Guys, this is Jane. Jane, that's YouTube. She's an absolute specimen. She's a beautiful snake. Pinstripe hyper. I can't wait to breed her next year. I think this is a pretty cool look, and she's having certainly a lot of fun. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you like this content, hit like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next video. Cheers for now.